Hi guys, so today's video is going to be on what makes you attractive as a person, and we have 4 piles, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember that what makes you most attractive is found within yourself and not in the external, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And we're going to get started with pile 1. So, for pile 1, I think you're somebody who is very connected to your intuition, believes very highly in synchronicity in your intuition and trusts in that. And I think you may even inspire others to trust more in their intuition and their gut instincts. I think you're somebody who's very emotionally deep as well. We have the firefly and the moth. You're somebody who's very deeply spiritual, somebody who really has a lot of faith and determination, somebody who, once you set your sights on something, once you have a goal in mind, you go after it with a very determined stance. You're not going to give up no matter what dangers or perils you may face along the way or what mishaps happen. You're still going to continue and strive to find that light. And somebody who carries that light with them and shines that light onto others around them as well. And it's worth mentioning that both of those are air signs too. So you're somebody who communicates very effectively as well. Maybe even another thing that labradorite is connected to is clairaudience as well as automatic writing. So you may be somebody who communicates through writing very effectively. Maybe even helps others to overcome challenges and to have faith and trust and belief moving forward. So for the moth, we have impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure that the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to new, easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointments, or burnouts. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. I think you're somebody who has really had a lot of new beginnings, and that makes you very attractive because you're really able to find quick solutions in situations, since this is what makes you attractive. I think you're somebody who really is very transformative in your approach to things. Somebody very enthusiastic and whimsical. Inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. So yeah, it might be that you come and go in a lot of people's lives and bring a lot of transformations to them as well. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or an awakening that quickly fades if we don't catch it. There is a firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness the creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, writes, creates, and brainstorms. So I think people really find your energy very attractive because it's something new they've never seen before, and your communication is just something that takes them on a journey that really brings a lot of light and inspiration into their life as well. We also have fiery passion flows through your veins and shows in all that you do. You always believe in others, or you always believe in the best in others because you see who they truly are under the scars. You never know what tomorrow will bring. Focus on the best scenario. So you're somebody who really has a lot of faith and trust, and even if Even if others hurt you, you still believe in the best in them. You believe that everyone is unique and beautiful in their own way, and you choose to focus on the best case scenario. You are the best kind of beautiful down to your very core. So you're somebody who really, I think you find a lot of quick solutions to things as well. Very passionate and fiery, and you stand up for what you believe in. And you always focus on the best case scenario. You have a lot of faith, belief, and trust. Moths are a lot of times about spirituality and having a lot of faith and belief and trust, no matter what comes up and no matter what happens, still being determined to focus on that light and that purity and to go towards it. I'm a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean that I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. I think you have a lot of options as well. You're somebody who really everybody sees as this beautiful, amazing creature, even if they don't fully understand it. And I think you know that. And you really believe in your own self-worth, and you know your own self-worth. And not in a bad way, but in a good way, where you don't accept anything into your life that would do you harm. You have nice, healthy boundaries. Freedom to be self, knowing how to enjoy life, ready to live life, happiness with friends, soul family, knowing where you belong, and finding your people. So you're very attractive because you are really able to just be yourself and live in the moment and to really enjoy life to the fullest. And you really enjoy being around the community and your family and your friends, and you enjoy, but at the same time, you still are yourself. No matter the dangers or perils that may bring to you, you're still yourself. You're somebody who believes in being yourself and somebody who enjoys being yourself and enjoys living life to the fullest, not worried about anything in the future, but focused on the moment now, and very grateful, I think, as well for everything in your life. Able to accomplish anything, knowing your worth, knowing your work paid off, eyes on the prize, releasing control, going within to learn and forgive, committed to interdependence, ready to work for it, feeling good about yourself. Yeah, so you're somebody who's really feeling good about yourself, feeling like you have all the options in the world available to you, and knowing that you're not going to accept anything less than what you're worth. You're somebody who's very committed to interdependence, so you don't allow in toxic energies that create codependency issues or that keep you bound in some way. You're somebody who is very able to go inside yourself to learn and to understand who you truly are, and to forgive yourself and to forgive others for anything that has happened. And you're somebody who has worked really hard, and you know that your work is going to pay off, and you have your eyes on the prize, and you have been able to release control and just have this deep sense of faith and belief in going forward. Been through a lot, but making it out. Determination wins the day. Acceptance, completion, fighting for what you believe in, releasing defensiveness, completion of cycles, actions to heal defensiveness caused by past scars, leaving behind the need to fight or argue, removing obstacles. So you're somebody who removes every obstacle in your way, somebody who overcomes challenges, somebody who really defends what they believe in and fights for what's right, somebody who is very complete and whole in and of themselves, and somebody who is able to overcome cycles and challenges and really make your way out with greater wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of things. And you're somebody who's really been through a lot as well, so you know that you can accomplish anything, and you know your worth. Overcoming fears, expressing yourself regardless of what others think, leaving anxiety behind, new growth, proper boundaries, releasing fears and anxieties, seeing something worth courage, cycles coming to a close, new life after death. So you might have had a lot of fears that people have watched you face and overcome. People have watched you be able to leave behind your anxiety and your doubts, and have watched you go through this period of new growth where you have been able to initiate proper, healthy boundaries, and you've been able to release the fears that others would still be around if you stood your ground. You're somebody who sees what's worth fighting for, and you always rise to the occasion with your courage when you face fears. Somebody who was able to bring past cycles to a close and have this new life after death, this transformation, and this rise up out of the shadows. And you're somebody who has been able to express yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. You've been able to face everyone and express your truth without any fear or anxiety attached to it, and to really just be yourself fully. So that's what I have for this pile. I really hope you appreciated this reading, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below, or if you have a suggestion for another video, I'd love to hear that as well. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. Have a good night, day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. On to pile 2. So for pile 2, I think you're somebody who really appreciates other cultures. Somebody who really feels like they're on their path. Somebody who really is very solid and committed to something once they decide on a direction they want to go. I think you're somebody who really has a lot of happiness within yourself, and really that extends out to others. You reflect that happiness to others around you. There's also pyramids on the back of this coin, if that means anything to anybody. 2 signs of Egypt. Throw that out there. So, you're somebody very masculine and feminine. You have a very good balance of masculine and feminine within you. You're somebody who is very healing, very cleansing, somebody who brings rebirths, somebody who has been reborn as well out of emotions, somebody who isn't afraid to cry and isn't afraid to feel your emotions, and isn't afraid to release and let go of those things, to really cleanse your energy, and to by crying and letting it out. Somebody who is very protective, very determined. You know, you may actually be a little intimidating to others. Somebody who is really very fiery and passionate and masculine in ways too, though, where you know what you want and you go after it with courage, and you rely very heavily on your instincts as well. Somebody who really is very passionate, very fiery, very creative. So for the frog, we have clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, but then emerges to rest on the land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to be overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us to cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry such a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, depleted, running on empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, bathhouse. So I think you're somebody that even though you're a very emotional person, you're very grounded. Very grounded. There's a lot of red here as well. But you're also very heart-centered. So you're able to be sensitive and emotional and caring and nurturing and healing to other people. And at the same time, you're very grounded, very balanced, very solid and firm and stable. You don't allow the negative energy of others to affect you or to seep into you. You don't absorb that. You're somebody who knows what you want and goes after it as well. Very focused on your creative pursuits and your passions and desires. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to find the cobra. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears? When in balance, a student of life, humble and wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric. To bring into balance, taking a class or studying. So you're somebody who is very knowledgeable, very wise, very cutting. Somebody who teaches others how to heal and cleanse themselves, how to be okay with being sensitive and in their emotions. Because you're somebody that, even though you are very aggressive and very passionate and very forward moving, you're also somebody who realizes the need to be able to express your emotions and to heal and cleanse your emotions. You may teach others a lot from your own pursuits as well, and from your own healing. You have a way without written word, or with written words. Know your power, possibly an automatic writer. So there may actually be some people who picked pile 1 that picked this pile as well, because it was about automatic writing. If you feel drawn to watch that, go for it. You're somebody who really is very able to express yourself in just a way that captivates your audience. You may just write on a blog, or you may write on Facebook, or Twitter, Instagram, you may write books, but your writing makes you very attractive. You work hard for everything. No free rides for you. Just remember to take breaks as well. You are full of life, adventure, and courage. The way you move shows your confidence. I can't look away. Well, that's from a different pile, but maybe it's here for a reason. People can't look away from you because you are just so confident in what you're doing. So forward moving, so determined, so passionate about what you're doing. You're very full of life. You enjoy life to the fullest, and you really love a good adventure. You're somebody very courageous who would never turn away from a challenge. Somebody who really works very hard for everything that you have. Maybe you have never had a free ride in any way, and people find it very attractive that even if you haven't, you still work hard and you still move forward with confidence and ease. Just remember to take breaks. Commitment. I willingly accept that it's safe to topple my walls and to commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on the way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. So this could be a specific message for some people listening to this reading about it's time to lower your defenses and lower your walls and accept that it is safe to commit to something or someone. But I think it also shows that you're somebody who's very committed to the path you choose to go down. Somebody who is really very driven, very motivated, very ambitious, very passionate. And you're somebody that once you decide on something, you commit to it and you're going to go after it. No matter what happens, you're going to keep moving down this path with confidence. Queen of Swords, setting healthy boundaries, clear-cut, smart, perceptive, experienced, teacher of wisdom or knowledge, understanding, blunt truth, smart, logical, knowing, teaching others from your experience, been through a lot, wisdom, standing in your power, perceptive, keen, knowledgeable. So yeah, back to the pile 1 might be connected. Pile 1 had a lot of it about setting healthy boundaries as well, but that's like odd. That person has learned to set healthy boundaries. That's what makes them attractive. I think you have learned how to set your healthy boundaries as well, and how to really express your wants, your needs. You're somebody very clear-cut, smart, perceptive, knowledgeable. You know a lot of things that others don't. Somebody who has put a lot of work into gaining this knowledge as well, but somebody who has gained this knowledge from their life, from everything they've been through in their life. Somebody who really has the ability to communicate very effectively, especially through writing. Somebody who Maybe you wrote a letter to somebody. Anyway, but even though you can set those boundaries and you can protect yourself and things like that, sometimes you can get a little bit on the cold side too, where you don't allow others in so easily. And this might be telling you too that it's time to open up a bit more. You're somebody very perceptible, somebody very keen, knowing, knowledgeable. You know what's good for you and what isn't. And you're very perceptive of situations and of people. Listen to your intuition a bit more and pull yourself out of your thoughts a little bit could be a message for this pile. Having the courage to release baggage, revealing past lies, wishes granted, end of cycle of pain, leaving behind victimhood mentality, end of cycles of swords, ending cycles of victimhood, no more victims here, courage and strength, taking chances, playfulness through release of trauma, end of mental conflict. So I want to say that maybe you have been able to have the courage to lower your boundaries and to open yourself up, and that is very attractive as well. I think you teach others a lot about how to release baggage too. You're somebody who has been able to forgive lies or betrayals, somebody who has been able to show confidence and courage in the face of that, somebody who's been able to take chances after some sort of harsh endings that you've had in your life, somebody who may have been the victim to somebody else for a while and was able to overcome that, put their foot down and say no more. And that makes you very attractive, that you have stepped into your confidence. Exploring what works, playing cards close to chest, growth like magic from hard work, planning for the future, planting seeds, nourishing things so that they can grow slow and steady. Seeds have been planted. So you're somebody who really likes to explore your options, to understand what works and what doesn't work. Somebody who really is very hardworking and has a lot of faith, persistence, and determination. Somebody who's willing to put in the work and wait for the growth to happen. And somebody who's willing to go slow and steady this time so that it doesn't end up in